Hi, I'm Abby McKee, and today I'm going to show you the results of my research and my further plans. My topic that I chose was I wanted to look at students who identified with both the English as a second language program and also the special education program because sometimes I feel like um, the students that have an English as a second language gets lumped with the special education and not just solely focused on English as a second language. So I selected 4 articles for this research project. My main article that I used was titled Students with the Most Significant Cognitive Disabilities Who Are Also English Language Learners. Um, I used this to base a lot of my research on. And then I had 3 other supporting ones that just looked at the first one looked at teacher perspectives of an alternative assessment and then teaching practices for the ESL student. And then I also chose one that looked at literacy in level and multi-language classrooms. The purpose for my research is I wanted to bring awareness to teachers and students about how students can identify with both special education and with English as a second language. The other purpose I had was to find the best alternative assessment method for the students that did identify in both categories. And then I also just wanted to provide support to others that may come across these types of students or just don't know where to go with students that identify in both categories. The results of the research article that I read showed that there are students in a certain population that are not being identified and they're not being serviced with either special education or English as a second language. The other 3 findings that the researchers provided were that English language learners need to be monitored by teachers and that teachers need to be organized with their results. And then the second thing was to look at the teachers' attitudes and see if they are truly up for the task of providing these alternative assessments and working with the students. And the last one, some of the students are not receiving the correct services by just teachers not being completely qualified to work with these students. I would like to continue this research of students that are being identified as both special education students and English as a second language students to hopefully present in Rice Day of 2020. I would like to continue this research with alternative assessments and try to find the best ways. How I related this research to the course is I want to use some of the assessments that were provided in the textbook to truly see if they can work in a real life classroom instead of just in the textbook. So I want to use a strength and needs analysis chart on page 142 and the Freyer model on page 131 with my future students in my student teaching.